playing today. So I've got 5 tables open, but actually only one really. So I'm waiting on the other ones. I'm sitting here on my own. I just played a heads up for about a minute, and then my opponent decided to run. And so I'm waiting for a few more tables to get a seat. It's quite busy today, on this afternoon in Europe and morning in the Americas. But let's see, it's could be a nice good Sunday. Let's hope so. I just played one hand where I wasn't a big blind. Oh, we have a second table going. That is excellent news. So yeah, I wasn't a big blind, small blind opened. I had 6-4 offsuit, and I just decided to 3-bet my entire range there, and then he 4-bet jammed on me, and obviously with 6-4 offsuit, I did not want to call. Jack 6 suited is an open on the button, especially because we have the antes in play on this side. We are getting 3-bet by the small blind and 4-bet jammed on by the big blind. Well, very interesting things going on, but at least we're getting tables. Oh, look, aces against queens. I think that is quite fair. Where are we here? We can just fold this one. So this is our heads up table. Well, we have 7 deuce offsuit after we had 7 3 offsuit, and we are just going to check after the button checks to us. And starting with a check again. And here we are getting 3-bet, and I think I can jam this one. I can just 4-bet. Normally I can jam. I think I want to deny him some equity, but he does call, and he has queens again. And look at this flop. Wow. Okay, well, this is not a great start, but it is all right. We got it in with a flip, ace, king versus queens. Unfortunately, we lose both boards. Okay, this didn't go according to plan, but at least we're seeing some action. So that is very good. And here now, when this guy limps, we're going to raise it up with Jack 7 suited, going to 5x, showing him that he can't just limp his entire range unpunished. Okay, now we have 3 players. We're in the small blind, which is quite weird because the 3 players and 3 players paid the blind. So let's see. Which table is this one? That's flashing. Oh, here. Jack 9 off. I am going to fold this one in the big blind. Here we can raise 10-8 off and on the button. Let's see. How many tables do I have? Do I have 4 tables now, I think? Yeah, 4 tables. Okay, well that's a pretty good flop. I am going to start with a bet here, because why not? I think if he has any piece of this flop, he will call. He does call, and now we can go for the overbet, and he just leads out. This is interesting. So I am going to go pretty big now. Is this too big? Maybe it's a bit too big. But definitely going to raise as long as I have the nuts. And here we can fold 10-6 off. And unfortunately, this guy also folded. Jack 7 suited, small blind. I'm going to fold this one. So So I'm just going to cascade these tables. And we are in the small blind. Gonna raise it up with Jack 6 suited. We have second pair. I want to check this one. You check behind. I'm happy to check once again with second pair. He now bets pot. Have to call. Don't think I can do much else. Definitely going to. So, sorry, this is all. What's going on here? Did I just win this one? I just missed it. Sorry. Think I won this. Let me just see this hand again. I had Jack 6 and I won it. Yes. Okay. Great. Well, yeah, that's a better continuation after the terrible start where well, it wasn't terrible. I just lost an all-in with ace-king against queens, I think. That's definitely not a disaster. Right, here checking my option with 9-6 off. And I just going to bet here. This guy's all in. We have queen 8, which means we're folding. And look at this. We now have a straight. Unfortunately, we don't get paid. Okay, where is this one? Ace 9 off. Definitely going to fold. Queen 6 suited. We can open on the button. 10-5 off is a fold in the small blind. We are now getting raised pretty big. Actually, it's an all-in. Okay, so folding queen 6 suited. And this guy called ace jack versus ace 9. And we would have lost this one. Here we can raise it up with ace 8. This one, here we have pocket queens. Here we can just check. Queen 9 suited will be a raise. Continuing with a check on this one. Here we can check. It's all a bit mad now. Sorry about that. What's going on? Okay, he bets now. We can fold. King 9 off. Yeah, so once we get to a table where it becomes really interesting, I will talk more about it. But for now, I think what I will do though is I will get these tables a little better in position so that you can at least see them all the time. Because I think with 4 tables open there is too much going on. So I am going to make these tables a bit smaller. Let me know if you would prefer me to reduce the tables. Okay, so this guy does it again now. He just keeps squeezing, but I still, a hand like queen 10 offsuit, I'll still open that on the button. Okay, and now I'm just gonna cold call this because we are in position. Here we can, I'm going to raise this. Here I'm going to fold. Here I'm going to check. Second pair. Here we have a cold caller. This guy has been quite aggressive. We have second pair. I'm happy to call. And now we have these cold callers. I'm definitely going to bet again. And he now checks. I'm pretty sure I have the best hand, but I don't think I can get called by worse. So yeah, he had an open-ender there. That's why he bet, so that's fair. Okay, here, not loving this. We still have top pair against this cold caller. I'm just going to check. Here, pocket deuces. I am gonna call in the small blind because there was a call there. Okay, here, he now bets half pot. Definitely still calling with top pair. And checking the river. And we win it. That is excellent. Okay, we raised king queen. This guy now pots it, so I am out. And here, not much I can do with my pocket deuces. Table 3, raising king jack suited. Getting called again in 2 places, and this is a terrible flop for me. And now here with pocket deuces, I have to fold, and with king jack suited, I have to fold as well. Okay, we got king queen again. So let's just raise it up one more time. This time on the button, table 4, bottom right. And we got it through. Queen 9 suited, not continuing against a raise. We're opening ace 9 suited. Pocket 5s, this is something I learned that I don't want to raise it anymore. Ace 9 suited, we get 3 bet by this player. Once again, getting a good price in position. I am going to call. That's an okay flop for me. He snap jacks. It's not great sign. It's kind of, I think that he is slow playing something. But now that we have the flush draw, we're definitely going to call. And now that we have the effective nuts, we're going to bet. I don't think we'll we'll get called by anything worse, but I have to try with such a strong hand. But I don't think he has a queen, and obviously if he has an ace, we're not winning. And I don't see him to call with anything else, not even with a king. We have ace 9 suited again, this time in the big blind. 8 deuce suited is a fold on the big blind. 9 deuce off is definitely also a fold. And he made it 3x, definitely still calling with ace 9 suited in the big blind. We have top pair, top kicker. That is pretty good. Oh, I didn't even see that the small blind called there. So, I mean, I would still have called, so that's fine. But it does change what I'm going to do, because I was going to check raise this now, but it depends now because we have the small blind in there and he does call, so I do not want to check raise this one now. Definitely see calling, and this is a very bad turn for me. Not only is it an overcard, but also it brings in the flush. So that is not great. He now continues betting pretty big though. I am going to call one more time, even though it is getting thin, but I just don't really think that he has so much value when the flush comes in there. So that makes me suspicious. And he now goes really big. No, what happened there? Sorry, and what's happening here as well? I'm confused now. Three. I need to look this one up. What just happened? He had Jack 10. Wow. Okay. He checked behind and he won it with Jack 10. Right. So he did bet big with a flimsy top pair. When the flush came in against two players, he bet bigs. Well, that's exactly what I thought he wouldn't do, but okay. Fine, live and learn. And here we are folding Jack 10 suited. So yeah, I'm going to play some of the Coin Masters tournament soon. But at the moment I do not have my new laptop yet. This is quite a saga. I ordered it about a month ago and I haven't been able to deliver it yet. So I'm here on my old laptop, and the problem with this one is that I can't charge it properly while I'm using it. So that means that my battery life only lasts for about an hour for a stream, and I can't play a tournament where I might play for longer than an hour. So I have to wait until I get my new laptop, and then I'll play a few of those tournaments. They are very interesting, but for now we're sticking to cash games, which I enjoy a lot anyway. So playing these, trying to have some fun, and actually trying to win some money, which is not going that well at the moment. But you know how things are, they can change very quickly. So we're just gonna hope for some better luck. Okay, quite some action here on table 3, bottom left. And speaking of quite some action here, we have King 6 suited in the big blind, but the button just makes it 34.9 big blinds going all in. Well, and do not need to defend with King 6 there. Yeah, so if someone raises that big to 35 big blinds, don't be annoyed if you have to fold hands that you would normally call with, because all it means is that he made the mistake there, not you if you fold. If they make it so big, you are meant to fold a lot. And if you wake up with a hand like Jacks plus, Ace King, possibly even Ace Queen, although Ace Queen might be a bit thin to call, but it's not impossible. So yeah, then you just crush him, because he's probably not doing that with aces or kings. He's doing that with a hand like ace 9 or king 10 or so, and then you just crush him when you have a good hand, and that makes more than makes up for all the times when you have to fold a hand that you would normally have called with if he had made it a normal sized raise. Three deuce off, definitely folding that, especially to a 3-bet. Okay, this one now, well, okay, we got a call. I was thinking of doing something with pocket sixes there, but actually I wouldn't have anyway, because the original raiser only started the hand with 40 big blinds, so there's no point in calling pocket sixes there, and raising them isn't a great idea either, because then if we get shoved on, we would be in a tricky spot. This would have been a good flow, or good board for us. Our deuce 3 would have a boat. Okay, jack 9 suited. As nice as it looks, we are in the low jack and this is a fold. Same applies to king 4 suited. So I have learned to just tighten up even more than I used to, and it seems extremely nitty, but after I heard that even the best players can't make money with half of the hands they open in any position, then I'm thinking, well, why should I open the fringes of my range? I'll just tighten up and pay less rake as well and increase my win rate. So definitely prefer this approach now. Let's see how it goes. I've only really started doing this very recently. I've always done it at 2NL because there you just pay so much rake in comparison to the stakes that it's better to not get involved with too many hands. Here we're 3-betting ace king offsuit on the button against a low jack raise. He calls, and on this board we can bet big, we can check. I'm going for the check now. This is not amazing. He bets half pot. I will call with my 2 overs. And then we'll see what he does on this river. He goes half pot again. Can I get him to fold if I bet big here? Don't think so. Here we're calling ace 10 suited. I mean, half pot is just such an overbluffed line. So I am calling, but still expecting to lose a lot. Oh god, he has 5-3 suited. That's incredible. Okay, here we have a boat, but no point in betting. Now I think I can try. I'm going to go with the overbet. I don't really know what I want to get called by. But it does work. Oh no, it doesn't. Okay, yeah, it just took a while. He also has the flush there, so it's the flush, the straight, of course. Sorry. Yeah, so okay, sorry, 5-6 suited. This is the one hand that I play quite aggressively of all the suited connectors. Okay, yeah, so the weird thing was that on table 1 here, top left, this guy is Kip or so. He called my 3. So first of all, he raised in the low jack with 5-3 suited. Then he called my 3-bet from the button with that same hand, and then he half potted the turn and the river when he had bottom pair there. I mean, he did get paid, so I did pay him there, but yeah, that is a bit loose. But also, it's not going super well for me. Let's see if we can turn this around. Well, to turn it around, first of all, we would have to get some cards that would be playable. So it ain't Jack 5 off, it ain't Jack 7 off. Ain't 10-9 off against a shove either. Yeah, so if you guys, girls, whoever is watching, if you have any questions, please ask them in the chat. I'm very happy to answer them. Whether that's about my playing style, the site I'm playing on, or anything else that might interest you. Okay, King Jack off against the raise in the, what's that, low jack. I'm going to fold in the hijack. Again, some people might think that's nitty, but it's not an amazing hand. So I would not want to call with it. I would raise it against a really loose opener, like someone who has more of a button opening range or cutoff opening range in the low jack. Then it's a different story. But against an unknown, and this was an unknown, I do not want to get involved with that hand. And again, yes, I know it might be a little bit boring on a stream, and I apologize for that. But the thing is, I want to show you guys how to win money, not how to play more hands. This is not purely for entertainment. I know some vloggers and streamers, they do it to entertain their audience, and I mean, I have nothing against entertainment, but it has to still be sound. Okay, we're raising queen six suited, get called by the small blind, and I'm going to check this one back. I could bet it. This is, of course, a pretty bad turn. Now I think we have run out of any value that we could have had with this run out, and we win against 9 high. I mean, this is also pretty bad call pre-flop. I hope I don't even really have to tell you that. But calling the small blind with 9-6 offsuit is not exactly what crushers do. Okay, we raise king queen off here on the top right. We got called on the button, and now this guy squeezes, and normally he just shoves, so I have to have my alarm bells ringing. I'm still going to call. I don't love it. And now with this ace, we'll see what he does. Queen 10 off against a 3x raised. It's tricky, just about to fold. This guy now checks as well. So now he bets. We have a gut shot, but nothing else. And I think I just have to fold also. He's not super deep, so we don't really get the implied odds. And also if a 10 comes, I don't know if I'll get paid. So I will just fold my king queen. And I was a bit suspicious pre-flop already because he normally just jams everything. And now he just made it so small there that I think he might have had a monster there that he was just slow playing. Ace 3 in the big blind is a fold. Would have called with ace 3 suited, and with an offsuit hand, ace 10 would have been my lowest ace that I would have called there. So if someone's listening and wants to chat a bit, let me know where you normally play, what stakes you normally play. Oh, and here we have ace jack off is kind of against the 3x raise. I'm just gonna fold it. Again, seems very nitty, I know, but we are in the low jack. There was an early position raise and it was to 3x. Like, yes, it could be anything, but I still think that's fine. Here we have a an ISO, and I'm going to 3-bet the ISO with my ace-5 suited, and here we're getting squeezed by the button. Wonder whether I want, but we are too deep to jam this one. This is really annoying, and I'm so handcuffed. I can't really do much against it. I can go with a small 4-bet, but I will just have to fold ace jack. Even though I think he might be trying to steal. Queen jack suited. We're gonna raise this one up. Well, look at this flop. Ace jack 7. This would have been a nice one. Should have jammed, but we can't be result oriented. Here we're getting 3-bet as well by the button. I'm just gonna 4-bet this one. We're not gonna get 5-bet jammed on enough to not make this profitable. And he does fold, so we take it down. Yeah, I've started doing this as an exploit a lot more. Oh, look at this. This guy now donks, and he donks quite big. The thing is, I am gonna call here just to see what he does. If he bets again, I will have to fold. If he doesn't, I will. Yeah, he doesn't. So I am going to. Well, here I'm gonna go with just under half pot, and then now on this river, if he checks to me, I am going to go quite big. Do I want to overbet this? I don't even think I have to overbet it. 17 big blinds should do the job, and they do the job. So yeah, the one thing that you have to do in modern poker is to try to establish when and how you can win hands without having the best hand. Because otherwise you'll be eaten alive. So just trying to play the player. And by the way, on table 3, bottom left, I had queen 6 off, which I didn't want to raise in the small blind, and now 7 deuce off. I don't want it either for different reasons. The 7 deuce offsuit is just too terrible to raise or to call or whatever. And with the queen 6, it was just because I have this guy here who earlier called with 9-6 off, and he now has position, so I do not want to do that. Here I am going to go with a 4-bet again against the small blind who 3-bet me, and we take it down once again. So this is an exploit that I'm taking. As I said, I just in late positions, in late configurations, I will go with 4-bets a lot more than theory, because we're just not going to get 5-bet jammed enough. Okay, here opening ace deuce, getting called by both blinds. And when they check to us, we could bet, but I think checking is more sensible. Now we have 2-pair, which is pretty good. So now I can go for an overbet, just in case someone has an ace that they've not bet, or maybe they're even slow playing something like queen 9, or they have jack 10, or they have a flush draw. And small blind is in the tank. He does call. The other player gets out of the way, and now unfortunately we're getting counterfeit, which is very annoying. He bets 4 big blinds. I just have to call now. We're losing to any ace, of course, but I'm still going to call. And he did have a queen there, so might actually have worked out with the counterfeit river, because otherwise I would have bet much bigger to try to get called by an ace. Maybe he would still have called with a queen, to be fair. But we got these extra 4 big blinds now that he donked the river with his queen. So yeah, that was interesting that he called there with second pair when I overbet against 2 players, and there was another player to act behind him. Now I have 7-6 suited. Normally I would like to 3-bet, but not when he's so short, and this is the same player again, so I'm just calling this one, and I'll take it from here. If he c-bets, I will just fold, and he does c-bet. I don't have much room for maneuver. I can't check raise, and we see that he's rather call happy anyway, so just giving up. Ace 5 suited, gonna open this on the button. King 9 suited in the small blind is a fold. Okay, we can just check now. Checking our option. Our flop is not amazing. He checks, we can just start betting. And he even folds, so that's excellent. King 6, I mean, I would love to play pots against these 2 players who don't seem to be, I mean, oh, sorry, actually the big blind, I don't know, I've confused him with this other table, but the button, if he limps on the button, I would love to play against him, but then I don't really have a great hand with King 6 offsuit to play in the small blind where I'm out of position. Yeah, so we haven't had any comments yet, any questions. So once again, if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, please do let me know. Has any of you played the Coin Masters or any of the tournaments or the satellites? I am going to play some soon, as soon as I have my new laptop and I have a more reliable tool to sit here for a few hours. Now we have pocket jacks. Gonna raise them slightly bigger than my normal size against weaker players at the table. We get called. King 8-5 could go either way. I'm gonna check this one. We have the flush draw with a jack. Okay, here this is interesting. I am going to call with pocket sixes. He now bets small. I'm happy to call this. Okay, so we did see a flop with the sixes, and here he now bets big. We lose against the 5, we lose against the king, but we can still call, I think, profitably, because we didn't filter his range at all. He has basically his entire calling range there, and we do win against queen high. So that was good. Yeah, so that's the thing about bluff catching. I really love this to consider what their range is, and this is just so helpful. Oh, we have jacks again. Raise them up again. Yeah, so when they're in the big blind, they call with a wide range pre-flop. Then if the flop goes check check, they still have every single hand combination that they called with pre-flop on the turn. And then when they're on the turn, they bet themselves, so they don't have to call. So again, they could have anything there. And then the same is true on the river, and that is why it is a profitable bluff catching situation, bluff catching spot there. We're getting 3-bet by the big blind. Gonna 4-bet this one again. Pocket fives, now we can raise this, and we do get the fold once again. When now we're getting min clicked. Well, do we want to get it in for 26 big blinds against this player? I'm okay to just get it in here. He calls with pocket queens, okay. But we do bink a 5 on this first board. That's not bad. 9-5 suited, I'm just gonna raise, I mean, because he 2x'd it on the button here. 10-9, I can call. Yes, did I make a mistake with the pocket fives there? I think, but for 26 big blinds, I'm okay to call, to go all in there. Here, definitely calling with my second pair, and now I have 2 pairs. And here, table 2, we can raise ace king. So now, obviously we lose to pocket kings, to king 10, to pocket 10s, pocket 9s, but we block quite a few of those. And the question is whether I want to raise or just call now. If he has aces or ace king, I think he won't fold, and I don't necessarily think he'll bluff. So let's just jam and let him... Here, king queen against this player, I'm going to fold. Here we're going to check. Ace 10, I'm going to fold. I'm going to check my ace king down. And we still have some showdown equity. Not that much, but then again, I don't think we can fold a hand like pocket 9s out without going too big, and even then, maybe not. He did have a jack there. Okay, so what did he have? Jack? Jack 7 suited. Okay, so he called a 3-bet out of position with Jack 7 suited, and then he got lucky there. Okay. We can live with that. Pocket fours, so this is another one of those examples. In the past I might have opened it, especially because of the antes, but after I've seen that many good players don't make any money,